fast, because I get things cooking. And not too far. Run like the wind, like the wind, ride like the wind. The two of us need no more. Yo, can you guys hear me? What's up, guys? Good weekend. How good afternoon? Yeah, good afternoon. How's everybody's weekend going, man? Yo, we going down tanking? BBBY to the moon. What is up, everybody? Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you all for being part of the live. Like always, I super appreciate everybody coming on live. Just checking to make sure that everybody can hear me, that you guys can see my screen. I try to make sure that everything is adjusted and stuff so you guys can hear me clearly and all. Like my screen, you guys can see everything. I did want to start off going about the, what is it called? I didn't want to start off doing the TAs for my Patreon because I do have a lot of tickers that I need to go through that I haven't. I know there's been a couple that I've gone through. So I think the process that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 Patreon tickers for my Patreon, and then I'm gonna look in the chat on YouTube, and then I'm gonna focus on 1 ticker. So I'm doing great, guys. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Am I the only one with the subscription to TradingView? So you don't need a subscription to TradingView. You don't need the pro version. I don't even have the pro version. I should probably pick it up though, honestly. Yeah, Wing's doing sideways, man. Wing's been going sideways for a while. The breakout strategy actually did not work for Wing because it's just been going sideways for the longest time. So that is probably gonna be another loss. Tony, do you have a 12,000 price target for Ethereum? I have an unofficial price target of 12,000 for Ethereum within like 2-3 years, and that's only based off the total chart that I did recently. That's it. But I do want to get into the actual, what is it called? So this is my Patreon. If you guys haven't seen it, it's just patreon.com/ but I'm not a trader, and it's / that up here. I did want to go into the tickers. I think I'm just gonna go straight down the list. I'm gonna do 2 from Patreon, and then I'll do 1 from the chat. So the first one that I am gonna be doing is requested from FZZ or Fizz. I'll just call him Fizz, man. What's up? OCGN. I haven't looked at OCGN in so long, man. OCGN was like a while back that I have some. Do I have anything on this? I have absolutely nothing going on in this chart. Yeah, there's like nothing. That's weird. Oh, it looks like it's going to. Something's definitely going on here. Damn, when's the last time that it actually went? I mean, it filled the gap for the most part. I mean, you kind of have a descending. Let me see. How low can it go? How low? It hasn't really broken anything, honestly. Man, let's see what's going on. You know what? I'm gonna remove that. I don't even trade candlestick patterns. I don't even know why I'm doing that. Yeah, I mean, so this is what OCGN. We have some super nice. I mean, we have a lot of. We don't have too much support or resistance, at least not in big separations. Can we go lower? Yeah, we'll set it up there. Set it up right there. Not really. set it up higher. I mean, it looks like we're just kind of trading on a range right now. I do think that as of right now, after that gap was filled, because you guys see that gap, right? From 580 to 7 or 887, it got filled, and you guys know how pet peevish I am about gaps getting filled. You know, I've told you guys for so long, I'm like, gaps get filled, gaps get filled. There's like a 95% chance that a gap is going to get filled. I mean, you are technically in a bear cycle right now for OCGN. So I would definitely give it a little bit more bias to the downside if it breaks 636, but it's not really doing much. I mean, there's no immediate, like, let me see, what can I see? Yeah, there's no immediate reaction right now to what's going on. Is there like another gap? No, gap got filled. Gap got filled. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to trade within this range until it breaks either resistance or support. I mean, I don't really see it doing too much, honestly, for the next couple of days. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it just does this for a while, to be honest. But it has to either break down here or it has to break to the upside to do something. As of right now, OCGN, I mean, even on the daily, like, you have all this momentum from the Stoke. You have all this momentum from the MACD. On the weekly, it looks like it might break to the downside, maybe go back down and retest 644. But I think OCGN right now is just kind of trading sideways. It's not really doing much. I wouldn't be surprised if it just kind of stays like this, and then at some point it actually breaks to the upside. So not much to really talk about OCGN as far as like direction. So it either has to break to either side. I'd say in order for me to actually do something, it's gonna have to do something like this. So I think for the next OCGN, like, you know, the bad thing here is you don't have support. So the bad thing about OCGN is that you actually don't have support until like possibly here and here. So if you break to the downside, I can easily see you going down to maybe like close to the 50 MA, retesting maybe up here, and then going straight down to like $3. And this would be what? That's a big loss, honestly. That's a big drop from where you are right now to here. You're looking at what? A 50% drop if you go to the downside compared to, you know, going back up here. I mean, I wouldn't personally play OCGN. I'm not saying it's going to go up or down. All I'm saying is that for the most part, it doesn't really look like it's doing too much. It looks like it's going to be trading sideways. I would not be surprised at all if OCGN just kind of trades sideways for a while. And even right now, I'd have to be more biased towards the downside. But even on the bear side, my most bearish sentiment is like 644. So, I mean, I got to admit, there's not really a lot that I think about OCGN. I think it's going to trade sideways, and you have to wait to see what happens. If it breaks down under 641, it's probably going to go all the way back to 350. If it breaks above 840, you're probably going to see close to $9.50, $9.64, somewhere around this range. But OCGN, I mean, it's really just kind of trading sideways. It's not. I don't think it's going to do all that much, honestly. I don't think it's going to do all that much at all, I think. So OCGN's done. Let's go to the next one. We'll do Apple. Let's do Tesla. I haven't seen Tesla in a while. Let me see. So Tesla. I'm just trying to get to these quick so I can focus on like so I can focus on other things. So so Tesla, I already basically have it done right here. You actually this is going to be easy. This isn't even going to take too long. So this one, I'm actually in a swing trade in Tesla right now. I think I have like a 10K position. I bought somewhere here in like the under 700, I think. I don't remember where. But I can easily see Tesla going straight to 764. I mean, you closed a bullish candle above previous support of 713 or resistance. So I mean, yeah, I don't need to do too much. I already did. I think at most you might have a trade down on Tesla like this. You might see it go down to like here, and then go up. Because the weekly right now is super bullish. I mean, you just entered a bullish cycle on Tesla. So if anything, it might come down and retest 712. but I think ultimately it's headed up to 764. I think my target right now is around $800 by early mid October. I think for Tesla. So Tesla, I don't have to do too much TA. I already did a TA on Tesla on like my own personal whatever. I've been in Tesla since like down here somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember where. But I'm just writing it till around $800. I think Tesla's going up. So now that's finished. Patreon is good. Let's go into the chat, bro. I want to see. Let's do one for the chat because I haven't. I wanted to get at least 2 out for Patreon, and then 2 out for Patreon, and then 1 for the chat. So I'll do another TA for everybody in the chat. Oh man, Farm Phase. It's a crypto token. What's up, bro? How you doing? How are you, Tony? Thoughts on Wing? Lately seems to be considering at the 170. Yeah, Wing is not treating me well at all. I think that one's gonna come out at a loss. Actually, is it at a loss? I don't remember. I think it's actually jumping a little bit to the upside. So on the weekly, it looks like it's gonna actually just start running to the upside, which is kind of disappointing because it should have. I actually got in back here, like in August, like the beginning of August. And I thought it was going to actually come back down. And that actually ended up breaking to the upside and still moving. So, I mean, if I had to take a quick guess, I'd say Wing now is actually headed to the upside. So it's what? 1, 2, 3 a month? Which is kind of my fault, honestly, because I only bought calls for a month out. They should have been at least like 2 months out because Wing's history, look at the history is basically just at least a month and a half. So that the breakout not being correct is my fault. I probably didn't look at it. I should have bought at least a month and like a half out calls because 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, at least a month and a half. But I think Wing might actually jump from here what it was supposed to do back here. So if you see another candle get created like this, like next week, something like this, if you see another candle like that to the upside, I think it's headed to $200. But yeah, Wing, it kind of effed me over because I actually thought I was going to jump up, but it ended up coming back down and then running. But I shouldn't have been surprised because previous history from the recent run and from up here, it's really been trading sideways since like June. So it was kind of my own fault of like, hey, let me get into Wing right here and, basically think that it's going to pump to the upside. So yeah, Wing is probably going to be a loss on the breakout, which is fine because I would still be like 8 to 10, 8 to 11, which is still like a 70-ish% win rate, 75, I don't know. But yeah, Wing, I wouldn't be surprised if it runs to the upside. For right now, I think that Wing is just going to be sort of trading slow because it keeps retesting these highs of like 177 and it doesn't want to break them at all. Like it doesn't want to break those highs. It does not want to break those highs of 177 for now, but we'll see. You know what? I've been getting a lot of requests for HUT. What is HUT? Oh, the HUT mining company. HUT's running, dude. HUT's doing pretty well. What does the daily look like? Daily looks good. Monthly looks, yeah, I think just looking at it like without any like actual TA itself, the naked chart looks like it's gonna keep running to the upside. I mean, we'll do that. We'll do here. Possibly there. Support right there. Yeah, there's no resistance from where it is now to the upside. Yeah, I think HUT is probably going to $13. I mean, it looks really, really, really likely. I would not be surprised if Monday you see it do something like, oh wait, what the heck? Oh, wrong. Yeah. Everything looks bullish on HUT. Either you see it do something like this, you see it trade sideways, or you see it go down, right? Retest, and then you see it run up. But I think for the most part, I think HUT, I don't even need to do TA on this. This one looks like it's going to keep running to the upside. I think, like I said, if it runs up to here, there might be a solid chance that it breaks to the upside or it breaks highs I would be very, very, very surprised if HUT goes back to like $6.60, like previous support. HUT looks perfectly good to run to the upside. What does the rest of the chart look like? Oops. Yeah, even the fibs look pretty good. I mean, if you see some sort of a stop or a retest, you might go to like $12 and then bounce maybe a little or come back and retest. But I think for the most part, HUT's going to $13. There's no resistance here at all whatsoever. So I'll say I'm pretty sure it's going to 13 bucks. There's no resistance at all, and already broke it, right? And then ended the weekly right above, where previous sort of relative highs were, right? The actual high is up here, but relative highs are around this area. So it broke. I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps running to the upside. What does the 4 hour look like? The 4 hour looks, I mean, the 4 hour still looks pretty, I mean, you have a small gap right here. You have a small gap right there on the 4 hour. Let me see. So you have a small gap right there, which leads me to believe that it might actually come back and retest this sometime this week and then shoot up. But I think even if it comes down and and closes this gap, I think there's a solid chance of doubling down here at like $9 and then having it run out. But I think every single chart looks bullish. I say HUT is going to 13 bucks. I can say that with pretty good confidence that I think that HUT is going to $13. It looks like it's going to 13 bucks, to be completely honest. Like it looks like it's gonna keep running to 13 bucks, honestly. Which tickers have I gone through so far? So I went through HUT, I went through I did OCGN, I did Tesla. I'll go into Wish right now. So I'm just doing one per person on request. So I already did OCGN. I just went through Tesla. I'm gonna do Wish right now, and I just did HUT. So Wish, I think Wish we talked about in our last live session, right? What happened? What's happened to Wish? I want to see what's happened. Did it actually run to the upside yet? It's still trading sideways, so nothing too bad. So it ran. Did I just talk about this? Oh, I guess I talked about this September 2nd because I have my setup for the next candle over. So what is it doing? It looks like it's gonna break to the downside. It doesn't look like it's actually gonna fail that. Oh, no, it hasn't closed the weekly yet. That's why. So I wouldn't be completely against Wish closing the gap at 937. I think there's a strong chance that it closes, but keep in mind you have not only one resistance at 767, another one around 878. So if these get broken, I can see it closing the gap, running to 1032, and then possibly coming back down. But on the weekly, it looks like it's about to break on a bull cycle, and then on the daily, it actually looks like it's going to go down all over again. And it's on the same level as the previous time that it actually rallied to the downside. So yeah, the stochastic sees a lot of resistance up here. So what was the last time it dropped? How much did it drop last time? So it dropped $4 here from peak highs. In 8 days, let me see, 8 days. I mean, I also wouldn't be completely against it dropping to like $4. So Wish is kind of hard. On the weekly, it looks like it's kind of condescending because the week looks like it's gonna actually rally to the upside, and the daily actually looks bearish. So I think I would have to wait and see what happens on the daily this upcoming week to see what happens, because it looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, it might actually close bear, and you might see a drop similar to this back to 644. But if the weekly or if the week actually closes bullish this upcoming week, then you might actually see it rally to the upside. So Wish Wish, I don't have an actual guesstimate of what I think it's gonna do. I think I have to wait on Wish, because if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say it's probably gonna hit $6.42 this upcoming week. That's what it's probably gonna do. At least if I had to take a quick guess, because it looks bearish right now, and it's hitting previous resistance on the Stoke. So, like I said, if I had to take a guess, I'd say Wish is probably gonna go down here again. The weekly looks like it's going to be bullish, and it's going to close bullish this upcoming week. So it might end up rallying up here. So Wish is kind of hard. I'll probably have to come back to Wish once we actually break to a bear cycle on the daily chart. So Wish, unfortunately, I can't actually give a solid TA for, just because it looks kind of funky. And we'll have to wait and see. At least for Wish. Wish looks like it could go either way. Pfizer, I think for Pfizer, yeah. So it pretty much played out, right? Kind of came down. It's looking like it's retesting, but it actually broke. Did it break trend? Yeah, it's breaking trend. The weekly looks bearish. Daily. It looks like it bounced off the 45. PFE, yeah, I mean, it's actually under the 50 MA. I actually thought it was gonna jump up here or go back up. What does a weekly show? Weekly shows, oh, the weekly closed bearish. That's why. The weekly closed bearish. I didn't even realize that. I mean, you might trade sideways between here. What does a monthly look like? The monthly looks like it's kind of weakening it's kind of going down to the bear side. Let me see. Yeah, I thought PFE was going to keep running to the upside. Well, actually, I did say that it was going to drop here and then run back up. So it's like the second scenario that I wrote out, or that I put. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does something like this. Whoops. Because it bounced off the 45, or at least this previous resistance. So it still looks bullish. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if PFE actually runs back to $50, $49. I mean, it looks pretty bullish. You're essentially getting a perfect buy-in signal right now from the reverse MACD and the Stoke. And I don't think it's actually going to trail down. What does a 4-hour look like? 4-hour. I mean, you might get one more shot to the downside and then run up, but I think you're still going to go hit $49. Everything looks to be like you're going to be on the bullish side for PFE. What's a retracement though? What does a retracement look like right now? Yeah, it bounced off the 0.5 fib, so I gotta definitely, yeah, I gotta say that it'll probably either trade sideways, but I would say that $45 is the floor for PFE. I don't think it's gonna go any lower than that. I think it's gonna go back to $49. I don't think PFE is gonna go any lower. It doesn't look like it. The monthly's still pretty. It's still pretty bullish towards the upside. Yeah, the weekly's bearish, but the last time we closed bearish, we just kind of traded sideways. So, yeah, I mean, if I had to take a guess on PFE, I'd say it's just going to trade like maybe sideways or up. But I do think $45 is the floor. I think $45 is going to be the solid floor for PFE. That's what it looks like, honestly. It looks like it's going to be the floor. I just did OCGN and Tesla. AMC was also looking good. So, because we actually just did those, I'll show you guys a real quick something that I noticed about GameStop. So let me see if I can get the monthly out. So what I noticed is, if you guys are part of my Patreon, you guys know why I YOLO'd into calls for this upcoming week. I hate that you can't get earnings and stuff, but you know what, whatever. I have them here. So the last time we had earnings, so earnings should be in a couple of days. Let me see. Earnings is September 8th, right? So right here. Let's go to the weekly to show you guys. Oh, actually the daily. Sorry, daily. There you go. So, recently for GameStop, I know this is why I kind of YOLO'd into it, right? So I'll take away this so I can be a little bit clearer. As you guys know, there's a 290 gap on GameStop, so I do think ultimately I'm pretty bullish on GameStop right now, especially because all you're really doing is just kind of trading sideways. You haven't really seen a big push down like you have back here. But historically, for earnings on GameStop, this is earnings, right? So you have earnings on September 8th, right here. The previous two earnings, you've had earnings on June 10th and earnings on March 9th. The reason I bought calls is because on March 9th, you actually had you actually hit peak highs the day after earnings for GameStop. And you actually hit peak highs 2 days before earnings for June 8th. So what I'm thinking is latest, because earnings is going to be September 8th, which is what, a Wednesday? I think it's a Wednesday, right? Let me double check. Yeah, so I think there's a chance that GameStop might actually hit peak highs either on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I think there's a solid chance where GameStop creates new highs between Tuesday and Thursday of next week. I don't think it'll happen Friday, but I did buy calls as a YOLO play, just because of the historical highs for GameStop, which again is either on earnings or 2 days before earnings, which kind of gives me a relative estimate of GameStop can generally hit peak highs either a day or two before earnings or a day or so after earnings, which is why I actually bought YOLO calls expiring this week. And again, GameStop for right now, it's still relatively bullish towards the upside. And on the 4 hour, you're actually going to be closing another bull candle to the upside. So as of right now, I would have to say that I am bullish on GameStop. Again, we might actually see the lows of like 200 or 180-ish before moving to the upside, or you might see it trade sideways. But I think for the most part, if I had to take a guess, I'm still sticking to up for GameStop. As far as just TA, because like I said, we hit a trigger on the daily to sell right here, and it didn't actually break 227. And it's basically been going down since, but it hasn't really dropped back to previous support, which is actually 188. So you have this full trading range right here, where there's no support and resistance, right? It's just that 188, whatever, 180-ish, and then 227. But I think as of right now, I think I'm bullish on GameStop because of that historical play. So I'm not saying I'm expecting peak highs on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm just saying the probability of GameStop hitting peak highs next week is extremely high. So, which is why I bought calls. But keep in mind, those are YOLO calls. I don't recommend that to anybody. I don't recommend anybody buy YOLO calls and stuff. It's not worth it to like lose your money and stuff. I'll do skills and then I'll go back to the chat to see if there's anybody else that has any more tickers to do. Skills. It filled the gap. I'd say down. Just looking at. Oh wait, no, never mind. What happened last time we actually broke to the upside? We ran. So skills looks kind of okay. So last time it ran $12 in 49 days. And then prior to that, I'm pretty sure it had a lot of volume to run like this though. It wouldn't run this hard without volume. I keep mixing up my fibs with the forecast. So 77 days, 33 bucks, 12 bucks. We did close a weekly bullish. I gotta say, I wouldn't be surprised if it runs from here. So what, 49 days out? Let's go with 56, whatever, it's fine. 12 bucks would put it at where? 1224. So what's 30? What's 30 divided by? Is that 30 divided by 12? 2, 3? Actually, this would look more appropriate. Honestly, that would actually be more appropriate for this, because it's been about a 3x sell-off. So you've had like, let's say 30%, 10%, $6 or so, half. I don't know. This one's kind of hard. I wouldn't be surprised to see a move like this though, like another $12 move maybe. I mean, it did close above so the reverse MACD actually closed above the on the positive side of the MACD. So I would not be surprised to see it actually run or do something like this like last time. So $12 in 49 days, somewhere around here. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised to see it at like maybe $21, $17 in like the next 60 days or so. And you do have a weekend candle on the monthly too. The daily looks like, it might actually go down one more time before shooting up. So, I mean, like I said, sometimes because I know Skills is kind of a meme-ish stock, I wouldn't be surprised to see it go down like this and then probably jump up to the upside. Just because the weekly did close bullish. For Skills, I personally would be comfortable buying like 2 week out calls, 2 month out calls for like $14, just to kind of see what happens. 14 or like $17. I would not go any higher than that, but somewhere around this range. But I can definitely see it running another $12 to the upside from here, because like I said, it did close that the bullish week. So like I said, I would not be surprised if it goes back to test relative highs of like $21. But a more realistic forecast would be somewhere here between like maybe, $14 and like $18, I think. So I think Skills looks like it's going to go up, but super bear forecast would be like $21, $22. Mid tier would be 17, 18, and then very conservative would be $14. I think there's like a 90% chance that it hits $14, like 70% chance at like 18, and like a 50-50 shot of it hitting like $22 for Skills. That's what I think, honestly. But it looks like it's going up. Skills looks like a nice a nice maybe play that it can possibly hit. BBIG. Has anybody seen crypto? Where's crypto at right now? I haven't seen Bitcoin, or I haven't actually seen my Coinbase portfolio like in the last couple of hours, so I don't even know where Ethereum or what's it called? Ethereum or Bitcoin is right now. Last time I saw my crypto portfolio, my Coinbase portfolio, it was actually up quite a bit. Because I think it crossed like 60K like a couple of days ago, and I think today when I checked it, my Coinbase portfolio was at like 66 grand, so it went up like $6,000 in like a day or so. So that's pretty crazy. So BBIG, where are we at? So the weekly is bullish. The daily looks like it actually just crossed on the bear side. 4 hour looks like it's gonna. 788 hasn't been broken though. It's been closing above that support for BBIG. And to be honest, BBIG is kind of hard to tell, because it's mostly a meme stock, and it really depends on the volume that goes into BBIG to run. I can guarantee you there was a crap ton of volume to make this happen. This didn't just happen with the very small, with like a regular float of shares and then just like a couple people buying. I can guarantee you this was a massive, massive amount of volume coming in for BBIG. Yeah, I don't. What does a smaller time frame look like? I mean, it did create a higher, it did create a lower high or higher low, whatever. Daily. I think it depends on what happens this week, honestly, because, like I said, we did close a bearish on the daily chart, so I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down and touches like $6.47. I wouldn't know for sure, but I think for now, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does something like this, and then comes back up, possibly, for the upcoming week or so, just because we are on a bear cycle for the daily, but. Yeah, BBIG looks like I might be a little bit bearish on that. Doggy, we'll do Doggy. I haven't seen Doggy in so long. Where is Doggy right now? Doggy. Oh, it's 31 cents. Yeah, I can definitely see it running up. I think it's going up to 37 cents. It's definitely closing above on the daily. It's creating like brand new momentum. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But keep in mind, I don't want to say I'm still like completely bearish. But again, I'm bullish up until we have a weekly close on the bear side. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say, right? And Ethereum, I am pretty bullish right now. But we don't. It doesn't want. It does not want to break that 4,000 or like that 39.87 level. It does not want to break it like at all. I forecasted that it was gonna run up again based off of previous runs, but it does not want to break that 39.89 level. Like Ethereum does not want to break that. You're gonna have to see like some sort of big move to the upside for it to break it. And look at that, Bitcoin is actually breaking 50K, and it looks super bullish to the upside. Super, yeah. If Bitcoin manages to break 50K, because as of right now, I still have a price target of like $53,000 for Bitcoin. I still think it's gonna happen. But like I said, on the weekly, everything looks like it might be coming down, and you might be reaching tops right here. So it's a very weird, like the next couple of weeks are gonna be very weird, because last time we actually we started seeing triggers for bear momentum. We started sort of setting off a little bit, but again, we gotta wait and see what happens, because I want to see the momentum after we actually close a week on the bear side. Because if we close on the bear side like a weekly, a bearish candle on the weekly for Bitcoin, and we just trade sideways, and then we have another bullish trigger, I think we're gonna go way past all-time highs, which is the crazy part. Yeah, I just saw Bitcoin's at 50K. Super insane, man. Tony, good Sunday, bro. Good Sunday, Tony. Texas has steak and beer for you on me, bro. Thanks, dude. If I'm ever in Texas, I will make sure to hit you up, bro. I've had a lot of people talk to me about like, oh, have you ever come to my state, whatever. I got a beer and wait. For sure, dude. If I ever go to Texas, I'm hitting you up, and then we can like talk and stuff. Oh, I guess I already did CNR, and I guess I thought I was gonna go down to here. Trading sideways, broke bullish to the upside. What does a monthly look like? Monthly looks bearish. Daily looks like it's probably gonna come back down a little bit longer. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go against what my original like TA was. So if I already have a price target of $5, again, this might be wrong because it's been pretty consistent to the upside for a while. But what does a monthly look like? I mean, there's a reason why I did this. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go against what I already put up here. So I have a forecast on CNR of $5 for a reason. So I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with past Tony and give you guys and I'm gonna say that it's there's a possibility that's gonna go to either $9.30 or $5. So CNR, that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm not gonna go against what I previously did, because I don't remember doing TA on this, but obviously I did, and I'm not gonna go against what I thought it was gonna do. So yeah, month. Ooh, AMC looks like it's gonna sell off hard. It looks like it's actually gonna go back down hard. At least on the monthly, it shows that sell off. We ran. We did not break 47.60, which is never good. So when you start seeing all these wicks touch resistance like that, it's never good because it's letting you know that it doesn't want to break that resistance. That's usually what happens when you see like wicks shooting up right there, right? And you actually closed out the daily chart on bearish momentum. Where has it been going? AMC, but again, AMC and GameStop. You know, it trades mostly on momentum and sentiment of the overall market and stuff. So it actually does tend to follow TA relatively well, but I don't really do AMC TAs just because I've been wrong every single time. So if I say AMC is going down, just buy calls and you'll probably make money. You guys already know I am not good at AMC, and I do not want to, and I'm not gonna tell anybody that that I'm good at AMC. You guys already know that I suck at AMC. I am not gonna say that I'm good at AMC at all. So if I say AMC is gonna go down, it's more than likely gonna shoot up to the moon. SFT, we'll do soft. SFT, what is SFT? Shift. Have I done anything for shift? It doesn't look like I've even touched shift. I mean, if I had to take a guess, I'd say down. I mean, look at the chart. It's been pretty consistent to the downside. And it's been following trend pretty well. So I mean, it looks like it's gonna stay consistently down. It might shoot up to the upside here, probably retest and then come back down, but it doesn't look like a good chart at all. You know, it might do something like this, where it touches up here and then probably goes back down. And that's me not even looking at trend lines or support and resistance. Let me see. So it has what? It has resistance right here. It's got resistance like around this level. It's got more resistance or support right there and possibly more like right there. So that's why you see that bounce from like 7-11. Whoops, did not mean to do that. So delete that. Come back here. Yeah, see, I mean, it's right on resistance too. I would not be surprised if you see shift come back up, retest like $8, $9, respect the trend, and then come back down. But if it does break the trend, but keep in mind the weekly is just hit bullish and the monthly is still pretty bullish. But again, it's been bullish ever since June, and all it's been doing is trading down. So I would not be surprised if it doesn't break at all. Keep in mind, though, if it does actually break, if you actually see it break to the upside, it'll probably come back down, retest $9, and then shoot up. So you got to wait and see what happens at the trend. If you actually have a break of trend, then it'll probably go back up. But as of right now, I can easily see it going up to $9 and then crashing to like $7.11, like the low $7 mark. It might be running towards earnings because earnings is on November 18th. So it might rally towards earnings and then possibly crash down. Sorry, I was drinking water. Sorry. All right, let's go back to the chat because I did a couple. Keep in mind that my Patreon has a bunch. So we have Groupon, AMC, AVPT. There's a lot of tickers to go through. So I will go into AVPT next. I think that one's going to be... So BBIG we already did. I don't need to do that. AVPT I'll do after. Let me see. Let's go into SLQT. We'll go to SLQT. Just because I'm trying to get all of these TAs out of the way. so we can just talk about other stuff. Gap. Oh, that's a nice gap right there. I didn't even know it had a gap like that. What is does it show on the weekly? So no weekly gap, but it does. It's big enough to show on the daily. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's gonna get filled. Honestly, it looks like that's the direction it's going. The daily is bullish. Yeah, there's no reason for me to think that it's gonna not get filled. You know what? It'll probably throw a wick up here and then shoot and then come back down. That's probably what's gonna happen. Because look at the 50 MA. The 50 MA is probably gonna go like this. Watch, I'll show you guys what might actually happen. So where am I? Where's my drawing at? Here we go. So you can see this, the 50 MA, right? It'll probably stay something like this. That's probably going to be the 50 MA, right? You'll probably have a continuous pattern like that. More than likely, you can probably see this shooting up from like here, possibly filling that gap, and then coming back down. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't even need to look at resistance support because you have the 50 MA under the 200. It looks like there's going to be divergence right here. You're going to cross to the low side on the 4 hour. The daily still looks bullish, so that's why I think it's going to run up here. Or it might actually run up to the daily 50 MA. I don't know. But it might close here, maybe touch the 50, throw a wick up there, and then come back down. So I think at most, let me see if I can get rid of this. I think at most what it can do, so it might have something like that, right? So I think what this at most can do, probably run up. So it'll probably run, fill the gap, possibly touch the 50 MA, and then more than likely maybe come back down. Because it's probably going to retest these highs right here and then and go back down. Maybe touch the 50 MA. But overall trend is down. I don't think that there's no reason for me to think that it's going to pop to the upside because you have major resistance right here at this level. So you have major resistance like right there. So at most, you might see like a $16, $17 select quote, SLQT, and then come back down. But I think overall, it looks like it looks like, unless there's like some news, TA shows that it's going to continuously go down. I mean, it hasn't really been trading all that long, honestly. It's been consistently hitting new lows. Or actually, you know what's actually the, let me see. Yeah, so it's on the golden 0.618, the 1.68, 618. Yeah, I mean, if I had to say something, I say it's probably going to come back up here, retest 1685 or so, and then probably come back down or trade around this range. I don't think it's going to break 1685 unless there's some news on SQ something T. But I think it's got a lot of push to the upside. I think it can push to the upside, honestly. I think it's got a pretty decent amount of bull momentum, and it can definitely run up to the upside. That's what I think. Why do you like Anchor so much? I bought because you put me on, and it has been nice gains. Yeah, Anchor's been doing pretty well. So I think I've already explained a little bit of why I like. I don't have an exact explanation or how to explain it. I like Anchor because of a Web3 infrastructure. That's it. I think that's the simplest way to put it. Anchor focuses on Web3, and I think it's just like the next generation of the internet. So I think the easiest way to talk about Anchor is, let me actually put it on the chart, right? So Anchor, we'll do Coinbase because I think that's where my setup is. Yeah, there we go. So right now on Anchor, I think for Anchor, why I'm so bullish on Anchor is because it uses the Web3 infrastructure. I don't need that. Let's see. And Web3 is essentially the third gen of the internet, kind of like so let's say phase one for the internet or the first version of the internet was like, generally when Google was created, the very first instance of MySpace, you had, the start of email, et cetera, right? Phase two was like the implementation of big social media. So Facebook, you have Reddit, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have um, what is it called? Um, Amazon with the big e-commerce. And I think phase three is going to be more so. It's going to be communicate. Well, not really. So, the first phase is communication. Second phase is social, and I think the third phase is. I'm sorry. It's going to be more towards a different kind of decentralized infrastructure where it's kind of like how do I explain this? Better yet, why don't we just go to Anchor's website, Anchor Crypto. So this is Anchor's website. Um, the reason why I like them is because they essentially build, or they want to actually combine everything all together. They don't have like um, a centralized platform that's just for them. So with Bitcoin and Ethereum, you have like essentially Ethereum can only be like for example OpenSea, right? OpenSea is strictly based on the Ethereum network, or you have I think like Rarible, I think is what it's called. It's strictly based for Solana, whereas Anchor would combine everything together, or would give you a platform where you can access everything at once. And I still have to do a little bit of more research into actual Anchor, but I actually like them because of the Web3 infrastructure. Um, and I think that for them, they're basically going to be phase three of the internet. And like I said, I don't even know why I like them all that much yet, but I just know that they use Web3. And being a developer myself, I think that's going to be the next phase. I think right now, I think the internet is definitely in a very matured state, and I think Web3 is going to take it to a brand new level, where you're basically going to be allowed to do so much more than just search on the web or social media and stuff like that. I think there's going to be a lot more implementation of Web3 development throughout the whole entirety of the internet, honestly. So I'll make a video by itself on why I like Anchor. But I think for the most part, it's just that it uses Web3, and I think it's a very big part of what the internet is going to look like in the next couple of years. So I will give you guys a more in-depth video of why I like it a little bit later on. But I just think Anchor is a solid project. The guy who's working on it is a pretty well-known developer, at least with the CEO and stuff. So. But he's a young guy. He's like a very, very, very young guy. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like really good stuff happening in their like development and stuff. So let's see what's going on with AVPT. I mean, I'd put it that it's actually breaking trend, AVPT 8 point. I mean, it's breaking to the upside. It rallied what in 42 days? $2. That's not all that much, honestly. So $2.67. What does a daily look like for AVPT? Yeah, so it is breaking to the upside. Keep in mind the 50 MA is still trading under the 200 on the daily. It doesn't really respond all that much to when it's on the low side. It's breaking trend though. I would personally probably get into AVPT. I don't know too much about the ticker, but what it can do is maybe retest like here somewhere and then run to the upside. I would only come back at a retest. That's probably the only way that I would get into AVPT, but it doesn't look bad. It looks like it's going to keep running to the upside. The monthly, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps running maybe to like $13, $12, and then possibly comes back down. Because keep in mind, it's still on a downtrend right now, but it is breaking trend. I don't think there's enough confirmation to give an actual forecast on AVPT. But it is breaking trend. I mean, maybe if it comes up to these levels and then we come back to TA, then we can really be like, oh, you know what, it's going to go down or it's going to shoot to the upside. So I think for the most part, I would have to wait a little bit longer for AVPT. I think because it is looking like it's breaking trend, so I would have to wait to see what happens after it actually breaks trend. But so grits, GRTS. How's your guys' day going? I'm honestly not doing much today. Just kind of chilling at home, relaxing. What are you guys doing? How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's weekend? Does anybody have any solid plans for Labor Day? Anybody have any good plans for Labor Day? I know it's a long weekend too, so I don't work on Monday. I might actually do a live on Monday. I'm not 100% sure yet. Just kind of depends. I'm supposed to go to the zoo on Monday with my wife and my daughter, so we'll see how that goes. So grits looks pretty solid. It hasn't been moving all that much though. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. This is the one thing that I hate about TradingView, is that sometimes it gets like stuck a whole bunch on the actual whenever I set up a line or whatever, it gets stuck and I hate it. Entry would have been really good at like 890 or so. That would have been a really good entry. Monthly, I think it looks solid. I think grits looks pretty good. Keep in mind though, the monthly does look like it's been. Oh no, you know what? Yeah, it actually created a higher high on 35 bucks, 33 bucks. I'd definitely say it has a really good shot at running to the upside after you actually create a bullish month, which should be maybe September, end of September, October. But yeah, I think grits is going up. I might actually buy some calls on this for like a month or two out just in case. But it looks solid. There are no complaints on grits from my side. You know, the daily looks like it's responding better to bull momentum. So I mean, I could definitely see it at $13 in the next week or so. I would definitely be confident in saying that it can do that. All right, cool. Speaking of patterns, since July, I noticed every time that Disney closes the day underneath 173 bucks, it sees 177 within the next 2 days or so. Disney, man, I haven't seen Disney in a while. Where is Disney at? Disney's just a solid. Disney is solid. Oh, I guess it's sort of following what my forecast was a while back. So just created a weekly. Yeah, I'd be completely fine with thinking that it's going to come back to fill this level right here, at least to 175.65. It'll probably wick, close the gap, and then go to the upside. Looks like it'll probably wick down. But yeah, I already did TA on this. Looks like it's sort of coming back down. So Disney looks good. But what did Marco say? What he said? I noticed every time that Disney closes the day underneath 173, it sees 177 within the next 2 days. 170. Where's 173? So recently it has. I mean, if it's sitting at like 173-ish around here, this level, so usually what that means is that it has really solid support at like 172, 173. So every single time it hits $172 and like 13 cents, you know, you should be buying every single one of those dips, especially right now. The monthly looks like the monthly looks bullish, or at least weak and bear. So it looks like it'll keep running a little bit to the upside, or it'll maybe trade sideways before really pushing to the upside. But I mean, the weekly looks okay. I think it's been reacting more to the daily. I wouldn't be surprised if you see like let me see. Like I said, I already have my setup here, so what? Dropped $6 from the highs. So that's perfect. Look at that. $6.13. You're basically closing the gap from the drop that we had here to here, and then running to the upside. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying that Disney's gonna go down, close that gap, and then possibly keep running to the upside. So I'd say it comes down, closes the gap here, maybe throws a wick down here somewhere, and then runs. I don't think it's gonna come back to 172 anymore. I think it's gonna create a higher high, or a higher low, or a lower high right here, close the gap, and then run. So I think that your next entry for Disney is gonna be at the bottom of this gap right here. So where's the bottom of the gap? Right, 175.22. So at 175.65, which is kind of like where most of the support is, I'd be buying this gap all day long, because it looks like it's gonna bounce from up here and then head to the upside. Disney looks pretty solid, but again, that's probably why you see those runs, because it has really good support at 173. Bitcoin, Bitcoin's running. I'm not even surprised that Bitcoin's going up. What the heck? How fast is it moving, or what's going on right now? Where's it at? Somebody know where Bitcoin's at? Oh, there's that push. I told you guys it was gonna go to 52, 53-ish. I knew it. See, look at that. I still have it at 53K. And look at that. You have the break on the 4-hour. So again, back here, September 5th was that break to the upside. Or today. Today's September 5th. Today is September 5th. You actually had the trigger at 1 in the morning, right here. A couple of hours later, right there. Let's see where Ethereum's at. That means that Ethereum is gonna probably chase it. It's not moving all that much. But I mean, if Bitcoin is actually moving that fast, I can see Ethereum catching up. But 100%, Bitcoin is leading the way right now. I'm telling you, it's headed to the trend line. It's headed to 54-ish, somewhere around here. It's headed to that next stop at 55K. It officially breaks to the upside. What does the daily look like? Daily still looks completely bullish. Weekly looks. The weekly looks like it can still possibly break to the downside in the next week or so. Again, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin and crypto overall, as long as we don't close a bear week, which is what happened back on March 22nd. So as long as this stays red, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Look at that. There you go. There's that break of almost 51K. So what you can expect is maybe a retest down here and then another shot to the upside. But keep in mind, this is probably where you're going to see Bitcoin at within the next maybe, I don't know, hour or so. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of that, because it is headed in that direction. And my forecast was 53K. So I might actually go to 53K this weekend. It broke trend, or it's not following trend, and it's continuously going up. So let's see what actually happens. Let me see the daily. Sorry. Where's the daily on this? Yeah, so it did break to the downside on trend, but it's moving up. So trend doesn't really matter. And that's why I don't really like using trend lines, because a lot of the time they can't really be too reliable. So in the next 2 hours, so in the next 3 hours, you need the candle to stay over that $50,842. You need it to close like this. If it throws a wick up here and it closes under, then it doesn't count. You need Bitcoin to close above this level, like either a solid candle, or on the daily you need it to actually close over it, not throw a wick up there. So the 4 hours is going to close in 3 hours, which is great. You can see it close on the upside. So that was pretty cool. That means that everything Bitcoin related is probably running. So Doggy Coin, Bitcoin Cash, probably Litecoin, maybe? I don't know. So everything running on the Bitcoin platform is probably going to the upside. That's what's going on, that's crazy. That's super cool. Yeah, Bitcoin's going, man. Bitcoin just had a really nice pop. That's great. Thoughts on SPY? This bull run aftermarket is crazy. Will it die? So I am 100% on the SPY up until a certain point. The only way that I can ever be bearish on SPY is if you actually ever close a bear month. And even here, see, last time I actually thought it was going to close. So I don't want to get rid of the gaps because these are gaps. These little squares that I have right here, these are gaps. The only time that I actually that I would ever be bullish or bearish, on the SPY, is if it closes a bear month like this. So as soon as you see this green trigger on the SPY, I would be 100% bearish immediately. And I've tracked it every single time in the past couple of years, right? I go all the way back. Every single time we are overextended on the stochastic and we create a bear, we actually close a bear month for the SPY, we drop about 20 points on the S&P 500. Apart from last time when we actually did a full 120 drop in like 30 days, which was different because it was a black swan event, right? With COVID and everything and stuff. But again, I am 100% bullish on the S&P 500 until this actually closes on the last day of September green. I need this green bubble to close like this on September 30th, or else I'm 100% bullish. There's no reason for me to think. There's no reason at all for me to be bearish on the SPY until we get that little green bubble on the reverse MACD. So it can keep going up a very, 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 very long time. Very long time. Riot, I don't need to do TA on Riot. Riot is going to go up if Bitcoin goes up. So if Bitcoin stays at these prices on Tuesday, Riot's going to go up. I'll tell you that right now. You don't need to do any TA on Riot, any TA on what is it, Mara or something? Any TA on Bitfarms, any TA on MSTR, anything that's crypto related on the stock market. The only way that it rallies is if Bitcoin or if crypto rallies. That's it. All you want to do is if Bitcoin actually closes above and stays like at 52K, 53K by Tuesday open, you're gonna see a huge push to the upside. Right now, my I think I have like a 30-40K Bitfarms position, and you actually just closed the month, like the month for September. Oh, sorry, it's not closed yet. We're still in September, but the sentiment for the month right now is bullish. The weekly right now, the weekly is still bullish. The daily is actually still bullish, and I think as long as Bitcoin stays where it's at right now, I think it's good. I think Bitfarms is gonna rally hard on Tuesday, and I have a huge position. I think I have like a 30-40K position in Bitfarms right now, and I think I got in somewhere around like. Oh, actually, let me check. So my Bitfarms position is at 30K. My Bitfarms position is $30,000. I'm actually planning on buying more Bitfarms on Tuesday if the price is low. If it's like around, $6 and like 16 cents around this level, then I'll buy more. But Riot, Bitfarms, MSTR, you don't need to do TA on those. As long as Bitcoin goes up, as long as Bitcoin and crypto goes up, you can expect every single crypto-related stock to go up also. Bed Bath & Beyond, down. Unfortunately. It looks like it's going to be going down. The week is bearish. The monthly is super bearish. And you have a super big trending downside ever since, the chart is just down. And it's been consistently trending down. Creating lower highs. Lower high, sort of lower high. Sort of lower high right here. Yeah, I think BBY is headed down to 25.91, which is its previous support right here. Yeah. Would not be surprised if you see a continuous drop on Bed Bath & Beyond. And you actually, we're going to close pretty bullish right here around September 1st, September 2nd for Bed Bath & Beyond, but you had another strong sell-off to the downside. So momentum changed, and you kept going down. So, yeah, I say 25.82 is the next stop for BBBY. That's probably going to be it, honestly. SPY up. I just did a TA for SPY. SPY is going to keep going up. Until it closes a bear month, it's not going to drop. Unless there's like some big black swan event. Can you do Civic? Oh, CVC. I've been looking at CVC for what is CVC? What do they do? What does it do as far as a crypto? Like, what does CVC do? I haven't really looked at like their chart. I haven't really. Oh, you know what? So something I have been looking at is line breaks. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to do some back testing on. I've been trying to do back testing on line breaks recently. And I want to see what the actual, like for example, right now, technically, the line break right now shows me 100% a perfect buy-in right now, right? So you have the bull trigger right at the 0 mark or a little bit above. The stochastic is creating clear bottoms. You have the MA, the blue MA above the 50, and it's running up, right? So I'm trying to see if I can test out the line breaks, or at least the candle line breaks, to see how accurate it is. Because I'll show you guys later. Let me do a quick TA for the person who asked. But weekly looks bullish. The monthly, CVC looks great actually. Where did it open? Around 4 cents. It's at 65 cents. Damn, that's a pretty nice gain from open. So we'll do there. So 16x, 25x from the open. I personally wouldn't buy in right now, just because I think it might be that's a big gain to the upside. I would wait like for the next cycle of crypto to see a drop to buy Civic. It looks up. I don't even have to do too much TA. Civic looks like it's going to keep going up. I don't really need to do much, honestly. So you have support right here, support right there. You have support right here, support right here, right there, support right there. Right there. I mean, you already broke highs. What does a monthly look like? Yeah, you broke highs at 98 cents. The thing about Civic is you actually broke highs in August. You didn't break highs back in March or April. So I think for the most part, I gotta admit, Civic looks really, really good right now. Yeah, I mean, I think the daily looks like it might come back down a little bit because you have a nice little sell-off from what, 98 cents to 63 cents. So that's kind of a hard sell-off. But if anything, and it's funny too because the fib perfectly hits the 618 and the 50. It's super crazy how the resistance and support easily hits that mark. Yeah, I gotta go with up. Civic looks like it's probably gonna be going up. I mean, if anything, if I were to buy in, I would only buy in if it hits right here. If it hits a 50-cent mark right here. That's where I think might happen. I'm not saying it will happen. If I were to get into Civic, I would only buy in here at 50 cents. But like, I would not be surprised if you see Civic just do something like that. Definitely would not be surprised if you see Civic run to the upside pretty hard, honestly. But I think Civic is going to go up. Civic looks extremely bullish right now. But again, I would personally only get in here just because I'm already in a bunch of other crypto. So it wouldn't be too important to me. But I would only get into Civic if it retouches 50 cents. Otherwise, I wouldn't even care about it too much. I just wanted to get it. I wanted to check ADA because I just got a I got a notification from crypto.com that it was running a little bit. So it looks like ADA actually built support at 2.85. Let me see what the daily looks like. The daily looks like it's gonna run again. 4 hours running. Yep, called. Yeah, I knew it. 4 hours started running back on yesterday at, what is that, 10 o'clock? What's 21 out? What's 21 military hours? So 12, 11, 10, like 9, 10, 9, 10 at night, I think. 12 at 9, 10. 11. Yeah, so 9 o'clock at night. It had the bull trigger right at support, and that's where you see it. Yeah, it still has a pretty good amount of momentum to the upside. So I could definitely see it go back up to $3.10. I could definitely see ADA running hard right now, or starting to run pretty hard, especially on the daily. The daily looks like it's gonna close bullish again. So I would not be surprised if you see ADA within the next 2 days back at $3.09. That looks like what's going on. Mina, what is Mina? Is Mina crypto? Mina, oh it is. Mina USD. Let's go with Kraken. Mina looks like it just broke to the upside. Where did it start? Oh, you know what? I think I've been wanting to buy Mina for a long time. I should probably throw a couple grand at Mina, honestly. A 3x, that's not bad from previous highs. The weekly looks... So you know what, let me set some stuff up real quick for Mina. So we'll set up previous highs. Let me move this real quick. There doesn't seem to be a lot of resistance or support. Let's see, cup handle, boom. Now that's an actually cup and handle that you can trade. There's not a lot of... Yeah, I wouldn't really put anything right here as far as support or resistance. If I had to take a quick guess, I say it's probably going to run to $5.22. You know what? I'm probably going to buy some Mina today. Mina looks really, really, really good right now. You can see, look, you can see an easy gain, like a 3x gain from right now, from Mina. The daily looks solid. The daily looks really, really good. Yeah, Mina's going up. You know what? I'm gonna probably buy some right now. I'll buy some Mina. I'll buy some Mina right now. Where can you? Oh, where can you buy it? Mina. Binance, Kraken, Binance. I'm probably gonna have to buy some. I'm probably gonna buy it on Kraken. Kraken looks pretty solid. I hate that it's not on. On Coinbase. I want to buy Mina so bad, and I've been wanting to buy it, but it's hard for me to buy anything that's not on Coinbase. But yeah, Mina's going up. I think Mina looks fantastic right now. My portfolio is about to break $67,000 for the first time. So I'll tell you guys right now, Chainlink is running. What else is really moving? Internet Computer is actually running pretty good. Bitcoin already hit 51K. The graph looks pretty good. And then Quants did a solid move to the upside. Quant did really, really, really well recently. Mina. Also, Mina's high is actually $187. What's 187 divided by 4? Wait up, let me see. 187 divided by 4, 46. That's not bad. I think Mina, Uniswap. Yeah, Mina looks really, really good. I would be buying up all the Mina right now. I'd throw at least a couple of grand into Mina. Mina looks solid. Shit, I should buy some Mina, honestly. Where are you buying Mina? So you can buy Mina on Binance and KuCoin. Sorry, not KuCoin. Kraken. Damn it! I gotta open up a Kraken account. I would definitely be buying. Yeah, I saw 46. Yeah, yeah. So from highs of Mina to where it is now, you can see a 46x, and I actually think Mina is a solid coin. Uh, yeah, that's what I hate, man. I hate that there's so many apps to hold so many coins, which is why I focus. Um, I really just buy on Coinbase because I don't like having a bunch of different stuff open. I hate having like 5 different places to buy like crypto and stuff, which is what I hate. Um, and it sucks and it sucks really bad. So Mina, it looks like you can buy it only on Binance, Kraken, and possibly Uniswap. Let's see anywhere else. Yeah, just probably Binance and Kraken is going to be the most reliable, unless maybe KuCoin. I don't know. I'll have to check, but I gotta make a Kraken account. I haven't made a Kraken account, so I gotta probably look into that. I think CLOV was on here. Coin goes up as long as crypto goes up. Microsoft always goes up. SLQT, we did that. Myrna, Costco always goes up. I think Costco just goes up, dude. Costco, Microsoft, Nvidia, those all just go up. TA on CLOV. Let me look at CLOV. I haven't seen CLOV in a while. I think I said that it was gonna go down, right? I think the last time that I remember. Oh no, up. So I guess that I was gonna go up. Oh, there we go. So for CLOV, I have a forecast of $12.49 by late September. And I'm not going to do any TA on CLOV because I already have this set up for a reason. I'm not going to second guess myself. So CLOV forecast of $12.49 by like late September. I hope that answers your question. Who asked about CLOV? Vinkesh. So I hope you can see that forecast, man. I guess I already did this, and I don't like to second guess myself. So I already did the TA, and this is what I came up with. So 1249 seems to be like my guess for late September of this year. So I hope that helps. Damn, I got skipped hella quick. Edberg. Oh, sorry, bro. There's so many things going on, dude. It's kind of hard to keep up with everybody. Sorry, man. I'll do yours. BNTX. What is BNTX? Is that a crypto or is that a stock? Oh, BioNTech. Oh, I guess I did this. Oh, I guess I have something set up for this, which is surprising. It's on supports. It's still bearish. Monthly is. It's a lot of weekend momentum to the bull side. What does a week look like? Week looks like still bearish. I mean, because it's holding up support, I can see a touch here to 350 and possibly go down. But the chart looks solid. I mean, the chart looks like it's been going up for a very long time. So if I had to actually take a quick guess, I'd say that it doesn't actually go down. It actually trades sideways. So let me get in. Let me get in here for a bit. So I'll take this back. I think what it does right now at most is on that bear trigger, it just kind of trades sideways and then shoots up. I don't think that it'll drop back down to here. There's no gap to fill. There's not a lot going on to the downside. The day looks bullish. The weekly looks like it's actually been bearish, but every single instance that we've actually closed previously is just traded sideways. So up, sideways, closed here, closed down. It's still on support. Yeah, I'd say if anything, it just kind of trades between this range. Maybe at most drops to 285. I doubt that it drops all the way back down here. I think at most it can, like I said, trade sideways and up. I think at most it just kind of trades sideways for a little bit, then jumps. Or at most, which is super, super, super bearish, like my forecast would be here and then goes up. Whoops. and then you see it like run up, right? I doubt that it goes back down here. There's the probability for me is that it just kind of trades sideways and then jumps up on the next weekly bull push. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna go. I don't think it's gonna tank right here. I think I'd say sideways and then up for BNTX. It's a good ticker. It looks like it's been solid. And you guys know that as long as the look here's you know what the easiest way to actually determine if a stock is actually good. Just look at the chart. If it's just consistently like a nice like move to the upside, if the chart is like consistently running up, it's a solid chart, dude. Like it doesn't take TA is not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's as long as the chart looks like it's consistently going up. You don't understand how bad I want BA to. Well, where is BA? Where is BA? Didn't we talk about it? I know Marcos. We talked that it was gonna tank, right? Yeah, I still didn't we say it was gonna tank? I still think it's gonna tank. I still think BA is going down. It looks like it's gonna close. It looks like it's gonna close bearish. Keep in mind that we are coming out of a long Labor Day weekend, so don't be surprised if you see it like up here. But it doesn't want to break that resistance at 221. So I got to admit I'm still pretty bearish on BA. I still think it's gonna drop. What was the last big boy drop? It was right here. So $28 in 7 days. Let's go with this. So $28. So what was the drop? $28 in 7 days. Wow, that's a little bit. 28.54. Look at that. You can't tell me how perfect that is, dude. The drop from here to here is the same drop that you could possibly have from here to these highs down to previous support. It's the same exact move. It's the same exact move. There's no coincidence in the market. Especially if you can actually forecast the drop like this exactly down here to previous support. So the drop was what? $28.54, 7 days? $28.54 exactly on that support right there at 192, 183, $193. I actually don't have any puts on Boeing, but I think it's gonna go down, dude. I mean, you already know. I think we already worked on the TA together. I think it's gonna go down. I kind of hope Neo and BA go to zero. Looking at BA on the weekly is what really made me bearish. What is I think we looked at it, right? Let me see. What does it look like? So it actually triggered bullish, but I really doubt that it's gonna fall. I really doubt that it's gonna go up because look at every single look at every single bull trigger, bull trigger, bull trigger, bull trigger. It's consistently going down. So yeah, dude, I think that Boeing is just gonna drop. You're gonna see it drop. That's my forecast. I want to say I'm pretty confident that we're going to see it at more than likely 203, $193, man. I think Boeing's going down. I don't know about Neo, but I think Boeing is definitely going to go down. I'm pretty confident at that. I'm pretty confident, man. ABCL. This is a new one. I hate biotech. I cannot stand biotechs. Horrible chart, by the way. Horrible chart, by the way. That's a solid drop right there. For those of you guys that are just joining in, Mina crypto is the one to buy. I need to buy like $10,000 worth of Mina like today. Mina is what we should all be buying Mina right now. I think Mina is gonna run hard. Mina looks like it's gonna run super hard. So if you're just joining the chat, Mina is the way to go. I think Mina is gonna be pretty solid, and I think that ABCL is gonna continue down. Unfortunately, somebody texted me. Who texted me? Oh, my wife. Oh, my wife is bringing me a slushie. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm texting my wife back. She's asking me if I want a slushie, probably from like Taco Bell or something. So, did it break trend? I mean, we've been on a pretty solid downside. I'd actually put it more like right here somewhere, honestly. More there than anything else. I gotta say, I'm pretty bearish, just because you actually closed the bullish week on August 2nd. You barely moved to the upside. I can probably see it doing something like, how much did it rally? $12. That's not very good. 49 days, $12. So I mean, I I would be shorting this, honestly. Not right now. I think if it actually does hit like previous support, which is actually right here. So previous support resistance is gonna be somewhere around like somewhere like here, I think. Let me check. Maybe like these levels. Yeah, it's gonna be like here. So this is gonna be previous support or resistance. Let me get rid of this. Let me see if I can do a little bit more. Let me see. What's the fib on this? How much did it actually retrace already? 6.1. Yeah, it already hit the 1.618 level, and it's gonna go back up to the set 0.786. Yeah, I would not be surprised, honestly, if it actually comes back up here and like retests this part before going back down. So I'll get rid of that because I don't need it too much. But the next possible, so we have resistance there. We have resistance there. We have a bottom right there. There's nothing in the middle. So yeah, I would not be surprised to actually see this run up to like run up here, retest, and then go back down. It just doesn't look good. I mean, it's been on a downtrend ever since what, December? I don't see this recovering, at least not anytime soon. Um, yeah, I would not be surprised to see it run to the upside. Retest that like $26. But I think if ABCL ever hits $26, I would short the crap out of this. Actually, you know what? I'll probably set an alert to let me know. If this ever hits 26.44, I would short it. ABCL. I'd probably short it immediately. Raul. Oh, dude, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, bro. $10. Woody, do you want me to look at anything for you? Anything you want me to look at, bro. I mean, I super appreciate it, bro. Thanks for everything you do and show us. You're welcome, man. I really appreciate that. Super, honestly. Thank you. But I mean, if you want me to look at something for you, I would definitely look at it, man. It's the first super chat of the chat. So, I would definitely look something. I mean, I hope I hope that my videos and everything helps you guys out. And as some of you guys may know, I will be releasing the reverse MACD. Mina is actually a crypto that we just looked at, that I just did TA, and I'm probably gonna buy a couple grand of it because I think it's gonna start rallying hard to the upside. So, I think we did it on Binance. So for the day, it looks like it's gonna be closing bullish for the day. And in the next 2 hours and 30 minutes or so, the weekly looks. Let me see if I can find a better example. Where has it been trading longer? Yeah, so right here. So on the weekly, it looks like it actually it's breaking to the upside, but it's actually starting to create candles above previous resistance. Now turn support at 348. Keep in mind that this actually rallied. It opened up at not even here. It actually opened up at 100 and something. So let me see if I can find a good example. So not here. Where was it originally trading at? Let's go with like Uniswap. $4.80. Man, what did I look at? Oh, whatever. Mina protocol, OKEX, $9, whatever. You know, we'll stick to Kraken. Either way, from right now, if you actually buy it right now, you're looking at a 3x multiple. I think it'll actually hit. I think that it'll. You know what? Actually, before anything, something that I wanted to show you guys that I haven't showed anybody yet, and I wanted to show you guys in the market cap. So total, exclude BTC. I think it's total 3. So this essentially, I'm gonna put you guys on something right now. So this chart, it excludes every. So I'm trying to find a chart that is just the market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I kind of want to create it myself, or I want to see how I can create it. But this is the crypto cap of every single altcoin. You cannot consider Ethereum or Bitcoin. You cannot consider Ethereum in altcoin anymore. Ethereum is basically even that with Bitcoin. Ethereum is top shelf. Okay, Ethereum is a solid competitor to Bitcoin. It definitely is not a competitor. I say in the same tier level as Bitcoin. Sorry. I drank water and it went the wrong way. I got too excited. Jesus Christ. What I wanted to show you guys is I'm going to put you on something right now. If you guys are following me on Patreon, you guys are going to have access to the reverse MACD. And I'm going to give you guys a golden nugget right now. If you guys want to know the next time to actually buy into altcoins for a perfect entry, you're going to want to look at the reverse MACD. So again, this is only for my Patreon members, right? Once the reverse MACD gives you a bull trigger on the total 3, which is the crypto market cap of every single crypto minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's essentially a perfect trigger to, like, a perfect entry point to buy, which is what I wanted to show you guys. Because if you bought somewhere here in the middle, you could have easily made 100% on really any altcoin, at least the top ones. So I think the next time that we actually see a bull trigger on the total 3, which is all the altcoin crypto, with Ethereum and Bitcoin completely removed, I think the next time to buy it is going to be when you actually see the weekly turn bullish. And it's basically a golden nugget. I think that's when I'm going to buy, like, I'm going to add another big position to what is it called? To my alts. But again, it's really when you have the reverse MACD starting a bull cycle and you have clear bottoms on the stochastic. And that's something that everybody that has a... Oh shit, dude. Flare name with the $20, bro. What? Thank you, man. What the heck? I've never gotten a $20 super chat, bro. So thank you, dude. What the heck? Flare name. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. I always appreciate every single thing, man. Oh, super crazy. Thank you, bro. I don't really know how to react when I get these. So thank you, bro. If you want me to look at anything, I'll look at anything for you, bro. Just figured this out. Thanks for the work as well. I've been making money and learning from a lot from your work. Thanks, dude. I just bought Mina on Bitmart. Oh, dude. Okay, so Flare, how do I get on Bitmart? Do I put, like, my credit card, or do I need to transfer, like, Bitcoin and stuff? I gotta buy some Mina, like, today. I think Mina is gonna blow apart. And if you guys aren't buying Mina, then, you know, it's not, obviously, you know, invest in your own risk. Does TradingView let you buy indicators? Is that how you're going to release the MACD? No. So I'm going to release the MACD only to my Patreon members, and it's actually going to be a private link. So it's going to be a link that I send out on my what is it called? It's going to be a private link that's invite only through my Patreon. So if you're part of my Patreon, I'm going to tell you my exact trading view setup, and it's going to be released there. You transfer from the ledger. Oh, damn it. I actually don't even have a ledger, and I should probably get one, honestly. So I guess I gotta stick to, what is it, Kraken, to buy Mina. Shit, but yeah, I gotta buy some Mina today. I gotta buy like a lot of Mina. I think Mina's gonna run really hard. Marcos, dude, bro. Here's to everyone getting the chance to learn from a legend, not like those clown YouTubers that don't give any guidance to their community. I honestly, dude, I didn't even think this was gonna blow up. Like I just started posting videos on like TikTok, and I'm like, you know what? Like I'm gonna post it for shits and giggles, and then people were like, yo, your shit is like working. So I got like a bunch of followers, and then I wasn't even gonna make a YouTube, like, but I got a bunch of people from TikTok who were like, yo, you gotta make a YouTube because, you know, TikTok isn't gonna be here for like forever. YouTube probably will be, and they're like, yo, you gotta make a YouTube. So I made a YouTube just from people telling me to, right? So I don't even have Facebook, bro. Like this is the most social, like, what is it called? Like the most social media I do it's with you guys. The most social interaction. You know, Marcos is just solid, dude. You know what? Marcos, whenever you get the chance, you know, I actually told Marcos that I was gonna sit down with them for like an hour, 2 or 3 hours, because Marcos has been here since almost like day one, dude, and he's been super supportive. So I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna teach you everything that I know from scratch. So you know, me and Marcos still need to get like on a private Zoom or something, and we're just gonna like, I'm gonna set him up with everything. Also, I actually do have goals on my Patreon. So for every time I get 100 Patreons, or I forgot what I set it up, I'm gonna pick one person, and I'm just gonna sit down with you guys and teach you how to trade, basically for like a couple of hours. I don't really know how it's gonna work. I've never done this before, like the one-on-one trading, but it's gonna start with Marcos, and it's just gonna go from there. So it really just depends on, you know, who's part of the Patreon. But every single time the Patreon hits 100 members, or like 100, and then I think 250. I don't know. I think it goes up, but I'm gonna be sitting with someone for like 2-3 hours and just teaching them everything. So I think that's, you can transfer XLM. You can transfer XLM, Anchor, almost anything from Coinbase to Bitmart, then sell it to buy Mina. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just buy a crap ton of Bitcoin or XLM, and then transfer it over to Bitmart, because I gotta get me some Mina, dude. Mina looks super amazing right now. Mina looks super good. But you know what? Let me do SAVA, because I didn't even check SAVA out for you guys. But I think this will be the last TA that I do, because I have been in here for like what, 2 hours now and stuff. I have been here for 2 hours, so I think this will be the last TA that I do for you guys before I log off. So let's make this a good one. So you have see, I do like tickers that have like a really easy support and resistance zones. It's just super easy to tell, or like way easier to tell where they're gonna go when they have resistance like this. So SAVA looks like it's gonna keep selling off, unfortunately, and that's just me looking at like super basic TA, and the daily looks. See, so it has a gap. It does have a gap back here at 115 to 96. But keep in mind, you are trading sideways right now. And even on the bullish close, you're still creating bear candles, and that's on the daily. And it looks like you're actually gonna be closing another bear cycle on the 4 hour, and you're oversold on the stochastic. So keep in mind, a lot of stocks in crypto like selling off very hard when the stoch is already oversold, and you start creating bear triggers to the downside. So as far as right now, I gotta say that I'm pretty bearish on SAVA. It doesn't look like it's gonna head to the upside all that fast. And even on the weekly, it's super bearish. So I think SAVA, I think it's gonna go down. I wouldn't be surprised to just see it drop here, right? So I can definitely see it maybe just trade sideways, retest these previous resistance. But I think ultimately, my forecast is gonna be like 30, like whatever this support is at, 33.75. So like $34. I think you're gonna retest, and then you have plenty of support back here. So I think you're gonna retest $34. And then after that, yeah, even the monthly is bearish. Yeah, easily this is bearish sentiment all over this. So SAVA going down to $34. I think SAVA's going down, honestly. Twitter, you can transfer Patreon link. Patreon? How do I get it? So home. Patreon. Here. This should be it. There. So that's the Patreon link. So I told you, I'm still pretty new at like this whole social media thing, whatever. So I should probably like start saving all these like notes and stuff and links and everything. But it's really, you can just go to Patreon and search for, but I'm not a trader. And just if you want to, right? It's not like I'm not gonna. Is it on the description? Oh, maybe. I hope so. I don't even know if I added it on the description. Oh yeah, there it is. So there's like, I think that's the official. That's the one right there. But you can. I mean, that's only if you guys want to. You know, I'm not like. I don't force anybody's to. What are you capping the Patreon at? What do you mean? What am I capping? Like, what am I like limiting it? Well, I don't think it has a limit, but I think right now I have it. It's only one member. I don't have different tiers, because I know like 99% of like Patreons have like certain tiers of like, $5, $10, $20, $50, $500. I've seen some that go up to like 500, and I'm like, that's crazy. What the heck? I'm not gonna charge $500. That's insane. Right now, I think I have it set at I think $10. That's like that's it. It's $10 and you get like everything that I know basically. And I still need to so I'm basically gonna be releasing everything there. And I really only had it for like the week or two. I just started it. I just started the Patreon like a week or two ago. So I haven't had it for a very long time. But I try to post as much as I can. I basically use it as like my Twitter account, or where I post of what like I post a lot of things on there early too. So, but like I said, it's gonna be mostly just a setup of how I really kind of trade on for like swing trades. Releasing the indicators, probably programming some more indicators later on. You said you didn't want too many people to have the reverse MACD, so will you stop? Oh yeah. So I do think there is going to be a cap on the Patreon. Like I said, I don't want to have too many people with the MACD. Have a good day, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat, Flair. Always appreciate everybody coming on and taking the time out to come on here. I'm gonna be heading out too. It's already gonna be 2 hours on this, but I haven't figured out what the cap is gonna be. But yeah, there is gonna be a limit on the Patreon. I don't really care if it gets like 1,000 or 2,000 members. I don't know what I'm gonna cap it at. I don't even know. I don't know if I want it to go over like a couple hundred people. Just because I don't want too many people having it. And because it is going to be private, what I'm scared of is I don't want people like, it's going to be public, right? Well, not public, it's going to be private and invite only. So if I share that link, anybody with that link is going to be able to have it. And, I don't want to have like, like let's say I have 10 Patreon members, right? And then like 30 people have access to the reverse MACD. If I find out something like that, I'm gonna turn off the MACD right away. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna share I'll share the reverse MACD, but if I have, let's say, like, right now I think I have like 70-ish Patreon members. If I look at the back end and it says that there's like 150 people using the reverse MACD, I'm probably gonna turn it off and nobody's gonna have access to it anymore. Um, so like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna cap it. I'm trying to figure out a good way to lock it to just the members. I don't know yet. I honestly don't know. But for right now, it's available to everybody. So whoever wants to join the Patreon, they're free. They're free to join. They're free to get my full setup. I'm probably gonna release it this weekend. There's a couple things like I still got to do on the back end, but I think for the most part, it is gonna be released this weekend. But yeah. I mean, if you guys want to join, it's gonna be on my. I made like a video or two on the Patreon and stuff, and but yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna end the chat. I think I'm gonna end the live there. Um, Super awesome that everybody came on, and you guys still take the time out of your day to come on here and stuff. I should probably be doing more lives, but I'm a little bit limited to time. But honestly, I would love to come on here for like 8 hours straight and just like talk to you guys. I actually have a really good time just on live, honestly. Um, so I would not be. I mean, I would love to just kind of hang out and chill and stuff. What I want to do is I want to actually like do this for like the whole day. I've actually talked to my wife and be like, yo, what if I just go on live for just like I take a day off like from work and just go live when the stock market goes live, and then just kind of see how I like it. That's what I've been wanting to do for a while, honestly, because it looks fun just to like just to do that and stuff. Let me see. Do we have any more support and resistance on Twitter? I'd probably put it like here. Possibly there. Resistance support, yeah. Twitter. So Twitter daily looks. I think Twitter is going to go down and retest and then go up. I think Twitter will probably do this and then run back up to like here. Just look at the weekly. The weekly looks like it's actually going to be bullish. But the daily, it's been responding pretty well to these drops. And we're around that same level where we were back on July 30th. So I would not be surprised to see Twitter drop a pretty nice amount. So like what? To run like $9? I wouldn't be surprised to see Twitter drop $9 in 20 days. 20 days, $9. $9.39. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Twitter here, somewhere in this range, like what? Give or take a couple of dollars up. So like maybe 59, 55, like 57, $55 right here in like 20 days or so. Yeah, I would definitely say that I'm bearish on Twitter going down. But again, I would be buying all these dips. Twitter's a solid company. I think Twitter's solid. I don't think that Twitter's ever going to crash all that bad. And also, look, Twitter's been bearish ever since April, and it's recovered really nicely, even though it's had bearish momentum. So yeah, I definitely think that it does something like that, where it comes down, retests, and then you should be buying all these dips right here. Everything at like $57, I think is a solid entry point for Twitter. But with that being said, thank you to everybody for joining. Yeah, I think an 8-hour live stream would be super crazy, dude. I watch Josh on sometimes on Stock Market Live. I think he's a super solid options trader. If you guys ever want to watch anybody that I think is actually really good, I think Josh from Stock Market Live is super awesome. He's the one that created the ghetto spread. So, go check him out. I think he's a super awesome trader, super awesome options trader. I think he's a little bit more towards like the swing side of things. So he trades on a little bit of a longer time frame. But he's just a really good. He's just really good to hear. I think he's a great trader, and he's really good to just kind of watch and listen to. Are you bearish on the SPY? Definitely no. I'm 100% bearish. I'm sorry. I'm 100% bullish on the SPY until the SPY closes bearish monthly. Until then, I think SPY is gonna go to like $1,000. Just kidding, not really. But I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much. Mina is not on Kraken. I try to buy it, but it's not there. Shit. I'm gonna try and find out where it actually is, and kind of go about it, because I do want to get Mina today. I'm probably gonna buy Mina today. But I gotta figure out where you can actually buy it. So I don't know yet. But again, thank you to everybody that came on. Super appreciate always everybody taking the time out of their day to watch me on the weekend. But again, thank you to everybody for the super chat. If you want to subscribe to the Patreon, it's in the chat and it's going to be in the description. I might be back live maybe tomorrow, maybe later during the week. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you to everybody who came on. If some people from Patreon weren't able to hear me, I will be posting this video to the Patreon to just have everybody's stickers on there. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Have a great Labor Day. I'll see you guys for the next live stream. So have a great day. Bye, guys.